The road to Camp Randall continues to narrow. In the first round of the playoffs, teams from our area were involved in 37 games. Tonight in Level 3, that number shrunk to 7. I'm Andrew Banstra, and this is the final drive. We start with our only team left in Division 1, Waunakee. They had a very different path than their opponent this evening, De Pere. The Warriors are undefeated this season, but almost got upset in Level 1 by an 8 seed, and tonight they hosted a 7 seed. De Pere, they've done the opposite, doing the upsets themselves. Mosinee make that De Pere doing it early with their defense. Their do-it-all man, Caden Kavanaugh. He scored a touchdown to make it a 2-score game just before half, and he makes it a 1-score game in the third quarter, taking the interception back to the house, but the Warriors would work their way back. The Cardinals trying to get tricky with it with the onside kick, but Jackson Kidd snuffs it out, setting up who else? The Wisconsin football commit, the Badger Small Defensive Player of the Year. That's right, McCoy Smith, right into your living room with the touchdown. Number 11 scores, and the Waunakee Warriors are off to Level 4, winning it 42-28. And in Division 2, Monona Grove sees their best season in a really long time come to an end by a fingernail. This one incredibly close. They lose to Homestead 14-10. Down to Division 3, last year, top-seeded Catholic Memorial, they took on this same exact matchup, second-seeded Mount Horeb Barneveld. The result of that one was 17-14 in favor of Catholic Memorial. Fast forward 1 year, and we are back at Level 3 with top-seeded Catholic Memorial taking on, guess who? Second-seeded Mount Horeb Barneveld. Do you believe in deja vu? Well, we're about to find out. Early on, the Mount Horeb defense was stout, but it didn't amount to enough. Catholic Memorial just has the Vikings number. They take it in for their first of many scores, and Mount Horeb sees another terrific season come to an end, 28-7. But we still have more action in Division 3, and for that we go to Nash Darrow.
Yeah, Andrew, we are sticking around in Division 3 for a matchup between two teams that have crushed postseason expectations this far. Last week, 4-seeded Reedsburg took down the 1-seeded Edgewood Crusaders, and on the other end, 6-seeded Pewaukee beat 3-seed Sauk Prairie in their first game, and 2-seed Onalaska last week to form their own underdog story. But unfortunately tonight, for one side, their journey would come to an end at Reedsburg High School, where the wind was howling. So you know what that means. Run the ball, and that is exactly what both teams did. First drive for the Pirates ends in points. Omar Charrington with the easy walk-in score. And if that wasn't enough for you, watch this one. Charrington reading the O-line like a book as he finds the hole, and he could go all the way. Or maybe not, as he is tackled inside the 5-yard line, but why fix what is not broken, as Charrington would quickly get after his second score of the game. But for the Pirates, it would be just that. 2 drives, 2 scores, and nothing else as the Beavers took over from there on out. Reedsburg running back Will McConowitz breaking free, getting to some open field, and finally getting some points on the board. And let's just say it would be a lot more of that tonight for Reedsburg as the Beavers move on, winning 38-14. Andrew, back to you.
You know, Nash, there's always some team in the playoffs that goes on a Cinderella run, and clearly this year it's been Reedsburg. Incredible job for the Beavers. To Division 4 we go, where Columbus was finally getting a run for their money. The Cardinals have been averaging a winning margin of over 34 points this year, a margin that only rose in the first 2 rounds of the postseason. But in Level 3, hosting number 2, Mosinee, and in the first quarter, Mosinee turns an interception into offense. Trev Stoffel sticks it on Braden Reinke, making Columbus come from behind for the first time in a long time. But that was no problem for the Cardinals. First play of the drive, and who else but Jordan Mowbray. The kid can just do it all. Also had a pick 6 in this one, and from here on out, he set up the C-Bus to roll. Later, Owen Cowell, he wants more cowbell. Columbus keeps the wheels going round and round as they advance to the state semifinals, winning it 38-19. And in Division 5, you just hate to see this. How good was New Glarus this year? Their best season in decades. comes to an end. The 3 seed loses to Lake Country Lutheran 34-21. Down to Division 6 for our only friendly fire in Level 3, a good old-fashioned Southwest Wisconsin showdown between two teams with very different stories. Darlington is a force to be reckoned with from Week 1 all the way through the playoffs, but Belleville, they like to wait to the postseason to make things interesting. For the second year in a row, they are on a Cinderella run. The 7 seed, they would see the Redbirds, though, take the early lead. A 1-yard run to the house gets the Darlington offense started with a Paxton Paisley touchdown, but Belleville, they would bounce back. Raiden Taylor, he's making it air raid. Shout out to Phil Longo. He finds Max McCluskey for the score. But in the end, Darlington, they just don't back down. And you can't go through a Darlington highlight in football or in basketball without hearing this guy's name, Zeke Zuberbuehler, taking his Redbirds on to Level 4. They win it 49-21. And we end our night in Division 7. How about a one-loss Potosi Cassville squad taking on the Eagles of Cashton? Last week in Level 2, the Eagles beat top seed Blackhawk Warren 34-28 in a major upset. And to make things even more interesting, that was the same Blackhawk team that handed Potosi Cassville their only loss of the season just 3 weeks ago. Here's PC, and they're going to get it done on the ground. River Sar, you know, he's going to paddle his way into the end zone, and later on they get it done through the air. An incredible job here by the Potosi Cassville Chieftains offense. They find their way into the end zone for a second time, and they were just getting started. After that Aaron Edge touchdown, this one, it's Ben Infield getting the job done. What a fantastic season that continues for last year's state runner-ups. Potosi Cassville, they move on to Level 4, winning 35-0.